Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ride the Wave with Ocean Lombard. Today I'm so excited because I'm riding the wave with two very special guests, Olivia Murano and Jessica Federico. And we're talking about how they were once high school cheerleaders and now came back to Westerly High School to coach the cheerleading team. Okay, so let's dive in. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves, say anything?
Sure.
Yeah.
So hi everyone. I'm Olivia. I grew up in Westerly. I was a cheerleader my whole life. Captain junior and senior year, and then I went to Quinnipiac University for my undergrad and cheered there for 2 years. And now I'm back helping coach the high school cheerleading team for both football, basketball, and the competition team.
Hi, I'm Jess. I also grew up in Westerly and cheered my whole life. We both also got All-State, not to toot our own horns or anything, but and Miss NECA. So cheer has been a huge part of our lives, and now we're circling back and joining in helping coaching, and it's been the best experience ever.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. So cheerleading clearly had a lasting impact on your life. What was it about the sport that made it truly unforgettable?
I would say what really drew me in was the first time competing. So in the Pee Wee program at Westerly, you have one competition at the end of football season where you compete against all of the other teams in Connecticut. So for Pee Wees, you actually are competing against Connecticut teams, not Rhode Island. And that feeling of competing on the mat, that was what really did it for me. Cheering on the sidelines, that's so much fun too, but really the competition feeling of it and putting out a routine, working all season for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, giving it your all on that mat, really just trying to make the judges fall in love with you and just performing.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely what got me. And from there was hooked.
Okay, great.
I think for me, it was more the mix. When I was little, I did dance and gymnastics, and it was the mix of dance, gymnastics, cheer, stunting, and getting thrown in the air and being able to learn how to be confident and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, I love that. So beyond the stunts, routines, and competition, what deeper meaning does cheerleading hold for you guys?
You want to go first?
You can go.
Kind of back to what I was saying, cheer for me really gave me a sense of confidence and empowerment. I feel like I was a fourth child, so I had a lot of siblings, and I was kind of the younger, quieter one, and it really brought me my voice. So it empowered me to be louder and really excited about something at the end of the day. So
yeah, I love that.
Love it. Cheerleading to me means a lot of things, but I think the biggest thing that comes to mind is really that team effort. It's very much a team sport in the sense where if one person is out, it affects the entire routine. If one person doesn't do their job, it affects the entire routine. Each person has a role, and it's difficult because the only thing that you can control is yourself and what you put on the mat and how you perform. It's a lot of trust. You have to really trust your teammates to do their job and to make sure that everyone is putting out their best effort in order for the best outcome of that performance. So it's a lot about trust and family, just because we're all a team and ultimately become such a close family at the end of the season. It's a very long season, especially for high school, starting in August, going all the way into the middle of March. It's a very long season. So yes, I would just say like the biggest meaning to me is that it's team oriented and it's a team effort.
Thank you. So life takes us on many paths. Was there a defining moment or realization that made you say, I need to return as a coach?
Good question.
I think for me, as you grow up and you're finished with college, you're stuck in this like lull of like, what do I do? Obviously, you need to work, have a full-time job, but other than that, your friends are kind of dispersed. There's only so much time you can be with your family, and then you're like, I need to get back into the community.
Yeah.
And getting back into the community meant like me talking to Olivia and being like, I really want to get back into cheer. And it actually took us quite a while. We were like, nah, yeah, let's do it. Nah, yeah, let's do it. A lot of back and forth.
Definitely.
And finally we were like, let's just do it. Let's just DM someone or talk to someone privately and ask if we can volunteer. And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, I think it was like we literally were in the driveway of my house. We were in the car with Amanda. And we were just talking about how much
shout out Amanda.
Yes. We were just talking about how much we missed the sport. We were like, oh my gosh, how cool would it be to coach? And literally just sent an Instagram message to one of the coaches at the time, Brianna. Shout out Brianna. And we asked how we could get involved. And it was really, so I think ultimately, like, even though it was kind of like a whim thing, we were in my driveway talking about how much we miss cheer, but going back to what Jess said, giving back to the community, like a community that we both grew up in and love so much and came back to after our college experiences and now live here. And it's like, how can I give back? How can I get involved and like really shape a new generation of cheerleaders? And not just in their cheerleading performance, but also life skills and teaching them how to, you know, grow into young females in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. So, in what ways has coaching shaped you as a person, and how has it deepened your love for the sport?
Yeah, it has, I feel like my love for cheerleading has like grown tenfold being a coach. Like everything on my like Instagram reels now is like all just like cheer related things. Like before it's like you kind of get out of it. Like I said, I did it for a couple years in college and then it's like, okay, like that was kind of my past life. And then coming back into it now, it's like, oh my gosh, it just has, my love for it has grown exponentially, like even from when I was just a cheerleader myself and like putting the team together and then watching them perform. It's different. It's like a different experience in doing it yourself, putting all that time, effort, energy into something and then like watching it go out. And you as the coaches, like we have no control over what happens out on that mat. We can, the only thing we control is how prepared we make the girls, like how much practice we do, how many run full outs we do, things like that. But, and going back to the first part of the question, how I feel like it's impacted me as a person, like I feel like it's given me this new piece of myself as well, that I feel like I've always had with having like, you know, my beautiful niece and all my other nieces and nephews, like helping with young kids and whatnot. But this is like a different way that I'm able to do that because you guys are my family and these girls are just, you know, girls that are from the town of Westerly. So it's different. But it's definitely made me a person that is able to take a lot of criticism. I feel like it's definitely humbling at times too, because I'm like, oh, wow, like, okay, yeah, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. And we just a little imposter syndrome in that sense. But yeah, that was pretty long-winded. Jess, you go.
I will say I didn't realize how emotional of a person it made me. Like some of these girls I knew a little bit prior to cheer from being just like family friends and growing up in Westerly. It's a small town. But some of the girls I didn't know, we've grown so close to, and like watching them gain new skills and watching them be proud of themselves. Oh my gosh, me and Olivia, after seeing some of them perform after competitions and stuff, we started sobbing.
Yeah.
We don't just like cry on the regular.
Yeah,
It's not
really
like
a
that.
crier.
But no, but just being so proud of them as if they're like our own children. It's insane. And honestly, another thing I love is just there's nothing like Friday Night Lights football games.
Yes. Oh my
home.
gosh, the best.
The feeling is the exact same as an athlete as it is a coach.
Yep.
You feel that like magic. It's like Disney World
Yeah.
when the football players run on the court field, whatever it is. And everybody's screaming and the dog pound's going crazy and there's rap music playing. It's just the best feeling. Everyone's so excited, especially those early September games that never changes. And that's makes it all worth it.
For sure. And like you said, that's like the best. Like it does really feel like a movie sometimes. Like our school and our community, like we have definitely a special thing for football in this town. So those games are just the whole, like so many of them, like random people from the community just come to be a part of it. And they don't even have children in high school, or, you know, or even if they do have children in high school, maybe they're not even out on the field. Like they're just parents that have kids in high school or even middle school. Like all of the peewees go. It's like such a big thing. And I mean, and that's just a sliver of what it is on Turkey Day, obviously. That is like huge. And so our first year is coaching for the Turkey Day this year. I mean, that was really hard because it was like torrential downpours. So it wasn't the same this past year.
It was even better.
Yeah, but I feel like being able to coach that day when it's like a true like Turkey Day game, I feel like that's going to be a really awesome feeling too. Yeah, I'm really excited for this year's.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I also wanted to touch upon, like, I know I spoke about how amazing it was to have the connections with the girls, but it's also just as amazing to like meet and really connect with the coaches. Like we just came from Gianna, our head coach's baby shower. We got really, really close with her this year.
Shout
Kylie, out G. Kylie's another coach, and coaching with you, Liv, has been the literal best honor of my life since I've known you, literally since birth. And it just makes me so excited at the end of the day to go to practice and see you and giggle with you. It like has grown our best friendship even further.
Definitely.
It means so much to me.
Yeah,
so absolutely. I have to add that in too.
I couldn't agree more, Jess. Love you.
I love you so much. Oh, that was so sweet. So you guys basically answered my next question. So I'm moving on to the next question. So how has coaching changed your perspective on the sport compared to when you were a cheerleader? Like the difference.
A lot of differences.
There's a lot. I think we might have the same answer here about so being a coach, you get to see, like, I'm going to talk specifically about competition. When you're putting together your routine, like how much, like the score sheet, how much that is different from like when you're a cheerleader. You're like, oh yeah, this is what we do, this is what is in our routine. But going as a coach, knowing the score sheets of exactly why we do, you know, certain people have to tumble in order to get a certain amount of points. I always thought, like, with stunting, only a certain amount have to hit in order to get like the full amount of points. So I would say, as a coach, knowing all of that, it is so much different than actually just competing. Like the score sheets has just been knowing the score sheets, knowing what skill level gets what score, and what we have to perform in order to get a certain amount of score, in order to get a certain score to then compete with the other contenders in our division. So there's a lot of the nitty gritty little points that as a cheerleader you don't really know as much, just because we don't share all of that with the girls. We always go over our score sheet, but in terms of like strategically why we put in certain skills in the routine, or a certain amount of jumps, or a certain amount of tumblers, things like that.
Going off of that, I think from when we were athletes, things are just a little bit more fast paced. Like the dances are faster, the cheers faster, everything is faster. And I think a little bit like more gaudier, but in a good way. Like the outfits are sparkly. People have sparkles all over their face. The makeup's different, and I like the new version of it. It brings like a fun, honestly, like a fashionable back to fashion, but it brings a whole nother appeal to everything. Just the sparkly uniforms and the glitter and all of it. It brings more performance. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like more theatrical now. Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure,
definitely.
And like the themes. I mean, we had themes when we were there, but
we were more clean cut. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was more like college-y cheer.
Yeah.
Versus now it's like more all-starry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
Sure. Okay, great. And now this is my last question. What's the most powerful lesson cheer taught you, and how do you instill that same lesson in your team today?
You can go.
Okay. Most powerful lesson that cheer has taught me. Let's see.
You go.
Okay. I was just going to say building that resilience in yourself and never giving up. Something we tell the girls constantly is when they're doing their routine, if something, we tell them to be like a goldfish, because goldfish have like the shortest memory ever. So we always tell them, like, if something happens and, a stunt falls, or you messed up on your tumbling, messed up on anything, whatever it is, be like a goldfish, be like Dory, forget, move on. And I think that's really important, because we are trying to instill in them that resiliency to never give up, and it's not over, and to not give up specifically on yourself. And just because one little thing happened that didn't particularly go the way you wanted it to, it doesn't mean that the rest of the routine has to suffer and fail because of it. And I think that you can think about that in life as well, like the whole trajectory of your life. If one thing goes wrong, don't let that affect the remainder course of your life. Continue on, let that fuel you and drive you to do even better. So I think never giving up on yourself, and to just keep moving forward. Even when you do mess up, even when you do make a mistake, it's not over. You can still do your best for everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that.
Kind of similar to that, but we always try to instill into the girls taking accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So when a stunt falls or something doesn't hit, instead of blaming each other, that's never the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Taking accountability for it, even if you know it wasn't fully your fault. And I will never forget, during cheer, I think it was my freshman year pep rally, I couldn't get a twist cradle from one of my stunts, and I got taken out of the air. And instead of like getting mad, kind of what you said, this isn't really taking accountability, but I just moved on. I moved forward. I made sure all my other stunts hit, and I learned how to twist cradle after that. I definitely think too, you learn really how to be a leader instead of a follower. You can see the bright leaders on our team this past year are always the one practicing outside of cheer, not really forming into like groups or small talk at practice, just kind of really focusing on themselves, learning new skills. And that's so important. I see a lot of that in you, Ocean. I'm not going to lie. Like, you are such a leader, always like doing whatever you want to do, regardless of what other people think. And it's so inspiring. And same goes for cheer. You need to focus on yourself, your own skills, while being a team, not blame anyone else, and just be a leader.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's a wrap. So thank you guys for being such amazing guests.
I hope we didn't talk too much.
We definitely did. It was perfect. Everything you said was great. And thank you all for coming back to watch Ride the Wave with Ocean Lombard, and stay tuned for my next episode.
And thank you, Ocean, for having us. I love you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, RoofRite is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.